What's going on, YouTube? Welcome in to make another beautiful build for you. Today we're building in one of my favorite cases that we sell here at SinceBuild and utilize here daily, the 903 Max. Today we're starting off with the 7800 XTD again, which is tried and true one of the best CPUs in the market in terms of gaming for price to performance. We're starting off with one of my favorite boards, which is the X670E Gaming coming in from MSI and the Gaming Plus. Got that nice silverish white aesthetic, a little bit of black on there as well. Phenomenal board with all the USB ports. If you guys are doing any kind of gaming, streaming, content creation, it's a phenomenal board there. We have 32 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM coming over from Kingston and their Fury Beast RGB and that beautiful frost white aesthetic as well. We've got a 2 terabyte Kingston KC3000 drive for our storage here today. Again, it's going all in that beautiful 903 Max white version today from Montech. We're going to be cooling it with Montech's beautiful HyperFlow 360 in white as well. And then for the power supply, we have an 850 watt GL from MSI. It's a new Gen 2 version, which is the new ATX 3.1 power supply coming from MSI. And then we've got the beautiful RTX 5070 going to today's system, which is the 3XOC Shadow coming in from MSI as well, which is closer to the MSI price point to really keep the system right in that budget wheelhouse. Absolutely beautiful build today. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure that like button helps with the algorithm. And make sure that subscribe button as well if you want to see more beautiful PCs like this end up over in your YouTube feed. You want to catch us live, unedited, raw like it is right now as I record this extremely long intro. You can join us any Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over our Twitch channel. We're sure around 11 a.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Stince. We hope to see you soon.
Look at this beautiful PC built today. All right. Let's get right into it. Let's get the tools and the trade out. Got it top down. Take a look at the motherboard. Again, today we're starting off with the X670E. One of the best value boards right now. Boards, if you guys haven't noticed, have got up in price. Motherboards went up in price significantly. I think the Tomahawks were at one point retail was like $189, and now they're up to $229 for the B650. This has stayed a little bit lower, right around $200, and it's X670E board, which has that a little bit of an edge. When we talk about why I like this board, it's a black and silver board. That right there, can you look at all the USBs? For a creator, that's a phenomenal board. That is an absolutely phenomenal board to be utilizing. You have your Type-C, your Thunderbolt right there. You have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 7, but 7. Sorry, that's a Gina reference, if you guys didn't know that. But 7 USB 3.0 ports, and not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 4 USB 2.0 ports. Take a look at the sockets on this board. We got a bunch of these coming in. I think we have two or three cases of these coming in literally like Monday. We're waiting on them to come in. This is like one of our top selling boards right now. People have been loving it, and it is really good. 700 XTD down in the socket. Pop it in place. There it is. Price on everything. Yeah, price on everything has gone up tremendously. Consumer spending is down a little bit now, which is not fun as a small business owner. That's why, when you guys refer friends and family like that to us, it really does help because we don't have the budgets that some of these like NZXT, CyberPower, these big monstrosities in our space do. Storage today, tried and true, Kingston KC3000, our favorite drive here at SinceBuilt because the endurance level, and I talked about it on the phone with somebody the other day. He's like, why don't you use Kingston over a Samsung? I said, I have a stack of dead Samsung drives over here that I've had to try to jump through hoops to get RMate. They wouldn't do it for customers. Kingston, boom, right away. But that's besides the point. The endurance rating on the Kingston drives is higher. What you mean with an endurance rating is that constant read-write to that drive is going to be a higher rated than another drive like a Samsung or a Western Digital. Kingston really almost owns that space with the KC3000. That's why we use it. It's meant to be used, not abused, but used and used multiple times and have that reliability. That's why we love them. We've had maybe one bad drive, that's a DOA drive. I think we had maybe like 2 in like 3 years. And the great thing about what Kingston is, yep, they overnighted it to us. They overnighted us those drives and we send them right out to the customer. Let's get our RAM in here today, chat. So again, it's got that silver and black aesthetic. We're gonna go for a little bit more white with the RAM. Today we have the Fury RGB, 6000 CL30. So this is going over to Hunter. Hunter, I believe, has been playing Warzone mostly. So 32 gigs is plenty for Warzone right now. There's no need for like 48 or 64. It's a sweet spot. Warzone 32 gigs is plenty for gaming and streaming. Single PC, and this is actually a really phenomenal setup for it. Obviously, yeah, you're gonna want the 2 terabyte drive because you know how those updates are from Call of Duty, let's be real. 7800 XTD, tried and true, phenomenal CPU for Warzone. 32 gigs of RAM, 6000 CL30, tight timings, give that better FPS, especially when you pair it with the 5070, which is gonna be great. And, they have the new You can opt in to do some of that new DLSS frame gen, give you higher FPS as well. You got the new Turing encoder, the new updated encoders on there for streaming. That's great. It's a great setup. 9050 X3D, it's good. If you're going to be doing a lot of more content, and I would say content, and you're doing more editing and more, and you need those 16 cores, it'll be a great CPU. Because again, once again, you're going to be mostly gaming on the primary 8 that have the V-cache. The 9000 X3D is a better value in terms of gaming performance. If you're going to be utilizing the 16 cores, then yeah, then it's a good CPU. But it is pricey right now. It is pricey. All right, before we just move this aside like I was about to do, you got X670E Gaming Plus from MSI, beautiful board. It's almost got that stint-built kind of cyan color there. Kind of matches the shirt here. And then we got the 7800 X3 down in the socket, 2 terabyte NVMe drive in the Kingston KC3000. Again, why we like it, that high endurance rating, that high customer service that Kingston provides. And then we got the Kingston RAM to wrap it all up. 32 gigs of 6000 CL30, that sweet spot. Now they have some 6000 CL26 kits out there. I still like the CL30. It's sweet, it's fantastic, it's reliable. You're not running any really crazy high voltage at it either to do that. So let's side to the side and get the case out. Montech 903 Max in that beautiful frost white. Again, going for that kind of more white build today. The 9600X is a little demon at $190. That's a phenomenal CPU. It can compete with the 7000 X3D within probably like 5% in some titles. For 6-core CPU gaming, that's a really good deal. It's going to outperform the 14600K as well. Efficiency is even better as well. So that's a really good value. I saw that today at Microcenter was one of their deals. I think they're seeing what we're seeing in the market. A lot of people aren't really buying right now, which is unfortunate. So they're trying to sell a lot of their stock and a lot of their inventory and move stuff out of their stores. That's a phenomenal price for that. I can't fault that. Now let's get a little closer. Look at this case again. That beautiful frost white aesthetic coming in from the 903. This case is so hard to beat, right? I think the price is right around $80. If you're not looking for the standard dual chamber, you're looking for a standard tower style, you've got 3 140 millimeter ARGB fans in the front and a 140 solid white fan on the back here that come pre-installed. Also includes a phenomenal little RGB and PWM hub here on this case. It's really good now. Ryan and the other guys in the shop, we do hate the wiring that comes with this right off the get-go. You have to kind of manage the wiring here when you get it. It's not as bad as some of the other cases, I think. What's the worst one we've had recently that we didn't like? The wiring. The XR maybe? Or the 3500X? The Corsair 3500X, because it comes, all the wiring's like, the Corsair is a dual chamber, but it has all the wiring on the front where you see all it. So you got to tuck it all behind, you got to run it all there, and you have to keep the legal obligations of the tags on there, so you got to kind of hide it. This one's a little messy to begin with. Not the worst, but not also the cleanest, but it's a phenomenal case. I mean, we love building this case because it's high quality for a great price. There it is right there. Let's get our screws out that we need. We're gonna get ready to put the motherboard right in. The great thing about this case is there's not a lot of prep work you need to do to get right into putting that case in. In fact, it also has the rubber grommets for pass-through is nice. They should have put them up here, they didn't, but on the main there, they do have them. So I think originally the customer was worried about the black power supply and stuff like that. I think Austin told him like a lot of the things on this case that make it more value-based is the fact they don't put the white cables on here. They have white cables on the fans, but all the other connections for the hubs and for like the front panel connections are all on black. So there's no really need to be like, oh man, I don't have a white power supply or I don't have a white GPU. You can have some other white aspects that aren't really on this case either, so it'll still look really, really good. I'm actually just bending this rear fan holder out of the way. It was actually bent a little bit too much for factory. Go top down, get close up. Drop this motherboard in. Yeah, what do you need a capture card for? All line there, beautiful color. You don't need to reduce. It could be just your stream setup, but you don't really honestly probably don't need a capture card. If your frame loss, it could be just your settings, how you have it set up. It most likely is how you have it set up, not really the. You have your preview window showing, or it's causing your system, your graphics card to render the preview and also render the game itself, where you're actually being counterintuitive. That could be a big thing. Most people leave that preview window open, disable the preview window, open up a second browser, put like your preview on your say your Twitch dashboard, and have your preview set to like 360p or something like that. So there's a few things you can do, but you shouldn't be having frame loss, unless it's like server-sided or you're not setting up your OBS correctly. There should be no reason to go to a capture card internally when you can do it all with your new graphics card, more efficiently too. Logo window, he sets them up. Helps people, doesn't set up all of them. If we don't set them up, we'll send them over you guys over to Art, one of our tried and true partners who does the dialed in OBS settings. Logan can also help if he's looking at your system for any kind of performance stuff. He can always give you tips as well on your OBS. You're not gonna go through and do a full diagnostic of what's going on in your OBS, but he'll give you some tips and pointers. All right. There's our RGB. Let's get our front panel connections in. Gotta work on the front panel connections. We have reset switch. We have hard drive LED. We have hard drive LED, power LED, power switch. These all dialed in. Really quick chats. Fan header. Fan header's in. All right, perfect. All right, speed build competitions. Yeah, we've done them in the shop before. Ryan and Dom will compete a lot of the times. Ryan's already done with the build. I gave Marty today. He started that build probably not even an hour ago. So we'll do speed some. We've done a couple on stream. Like last week, we did one like 45 minutes. I guess right now I'm working on cable management right now. Outside of this one, this is a really good case we can probably do a speed build in, but I'm pretty chatty today. I'm talking with the chat, but you can see cable management, once you get the cables managed, is pretty solid. Build is about as long as the intro. Let's get the power supply in, chat. There we go. 750 GL today. This is the 3.1. Bro, we have an 850, we had a 750 today. I said 850 in the intro, 750, I'm sorry. Which is still plenty of power for this. This system with a 5070 is gonna draw like 400 watts. Super efficient system. All right, we'll need SATA today because this is a SATA powered PWM and RGB hub. Need our first EPS. PCIe you do not need. That's our 12 volt high power, we'll need that. Second EPS. And then our 24 pin main, there we go. With other cables you see right here. We'll put it into the bag with the power cable. Get our power supply out next. If you guys are looking to have builds done, let's build in chat. If you're looking to have consultations, we have free build consultations. You can meet with Logan. Even myself, I'm hopping in once in a while when we need extra hands. Austin as well. You guys can chat with them, talk about what you need. A lot of people will think they need to buy this like $3,000-$4,000 PC to be able to game and stream. We can easily do it for even sub 2,000, right around 2,000 now for high-end systems. It really depends on what your budget you're looking at. You know, there's a lot of options out there for really good quality systems. And those consultations, we can definitely set really good expectations of what you're going to be looking to do and have those conversations with you and kind of guide you into the right spot. All right, I'm going to put these cables in first. What I'm not going to do is the 12 volt high power, but I'm actually going to run the cables down the side and the back. And then I'll tuck them into the power supply before we do it. Let's get our CPU cables. Well, these rubber grommets are a little tricky. This one was being tricky at first. We're in now. There we go. All in. All right, all the cables are plugged in the back here, the power supply. I'm gonna tuck it in now. Before I do that, I'm actually gonna pass the GPU cable up and through. Instead of going way up here, because the card's gonna be like right about here, instead of going way up here, I'm gonna put it right through the front right here. Cable manager's looking pretty clean on the back. It's time for the cooler. All right, we're gonna top down. Get ready to mount the pump. Work on the cooler. I have a tried and true one of our favorites, the Montech HyperFlow. Montech case, Montech cooler, good to go. Montech's been one of the best, I think probably the best value brands of 2024, 2025. Performance, aesthetic, everything. They kind of check all the boxes while having really affordable pricing. I think the only person that really beats them potentially in pricing to performance is probably Thermalright, which Thermalright doesn't, you have to do direct. If you're gonna do direct with Thermalright, you have to buy like $70,000 in parts, which is not our level. That's more like a iBuyPower or something like that will do. Or Montech, which thankfully we can work with Montech direct as well. We're doing a lot with them. We've been really impressed by the quality of their products. Silver screws, but they give us black cables. That's why I told them, don't be worried about a black power supply. Montech's definitely come out of nowhere. They haven't really come out of nowhere. They've been around. Like we've had some really good Montech coolers over the years. One of my first coolers on our shop system here, when I had like a 3800X and a 2070 Super, which is the shop system I originally had before I upgraded to this last one to a 30 series and a 5800X 3D. Is I had the it was like ETS 25, I believe is what it was from Montech. It was a little single fan, five tower cooler that cooled the 3700X with ease. It was easily, it's still in the shop, one of the best air coolers I've ever had for the price. So I will swear by Montech they make great products for the price. They're just eclipsed by like the Thermalrights and some of the other big names, you know? So. I'm gonna tap this quickly in, chat. I'm not gonna manually screw it in after. I just wanna get it tapped and close. And we'll manually torque it. All the extra cooler parts right here. We'll run that over to the motherboard box, as well as the extra screws like that from the case. I'll go over here to the motherboard box. Mr. Hunter for today's build. There we go, 2 screws in. I'll spin this around so you guys can see it while I work on the rest of the screws. Looking great. It's a great setup today. There we go. For how many like little daisy chain stuff like that, it looks darn good on that cable management on the back. But there we go. Get ready to put the GPU in chat. That's all we have left on today's build. All right, the GPU out today, the Shadow, 5070 Shadow, 12 gigs of VRAM. I think it's, like I said, it's a good card. Like if you're doing 1440p, the 5070 is gonna eat up pretty much what you're throwing at it. The 5070 Ti is really the sweet spot if you want to get into 4K and have a really high-performing 1440p card. Don't get me wrong, this will still handle every 1440p high FPS. If you want to have like, I think for $300 more, $300 more, the 5070 Ti is just a beast. I mean, it's a 4080 Super in sheep's clothing, which is a phenomenal card. 70 going up and in. 2-slot card, we get a little funkage, perfect timing. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Get the cables in, screws in, really nice and secure. Up and in we go with the power cable. Beautiful system here. Let's get ready to light it up.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, hang out, chat it up with us, and watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.